Really just kind of nerf Plunder by manipulating AI. And we are seeing the double melee mid, I think, actually.
Very interesting.
I actually have run this with Lalonde in in-houses before, and it happened to work just because if you play two characters that just go in hard on a lane, that have some sort of ranged poke, like on Hale here, you can still find success in the lane.
A little bit
Plus,
interesting. We actually don't see a single throwing axe coming out from Glory, so it doesn't look like they're looking to do any type of jungling.
no, but Deathwings looks like he's content to keep jungling on Jinshi every game.
Extremely dedicated.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like on top of him just playing it, it's like him. I haven't seen him play Jinshi as much as Ace. Obviously, I feel like he's trying to just learn it better and make it perform better every game, and it's been doing better every game, I would say. I mean, obviously, last game they kind of got shut down by the same jungle comp, but looks like Lalonde is very prepped here to stop this early jungle from Jinshi.
Yeah, and I feel like they know as well. They
I mean,
have.
the ward is up to.
Yep, they do have that ward. So they saw him go into the bush, and it looks like he's gonna try to come up here and steal it.
Ooh, Deathwings with a nice W to take the creep away from him, even though he tried to steal it there. This is definitely going to slow down Deathwings a little bit in the jungle here. Oh, Lalonde does manage to take one. Aya now coming over to stop him in his shenanigans. But this now forces Aya from the lane just a little bit, and it's actually pushing towards Dudley, so she's going to lose out on some CS here.
Yeah, great stall. Good tactics.
We'll pull up top onto Flak from Kiwi there. A little bit of a trade up top. Yep. But the Tinder Verm, very known for being extremely strong, is doing just that right now.
Yeah, so Kiwi Dude has actually been playing Strife for a very long time. He's a well-known name back from early closed beta, before a lot of the changes, and I specifically remember him doing a lot of Ray trickery, and in my opinion...
Ooh, Flag getting pulled yet again, and Hooligan falling with the cheese shot there, but they did not manage to finish the kill.
Couldn't quite walk through the minions there to finish it off.
Yeah, Hooligan got a little block there for sure.
See a little normalization going on mid lane. KY,
yeah,
Deathwing sticking around.
Yeah, definitely looking to help that lane. Perhaps Wuju getting pressured a little bit too much, or maybe the lane was being frozen. I know that Dudley was trying to do that. Once again, we're going to say Hooligan. Looks like he's about to go head to the jungle with his Tinder companion.
Great
and
Lalonde
going right for Deathwings again to stop this, but Wuju is there, but Lalonde's going to jump over anyway, take one of the creeps, and use his E to get out safely here, but he does take the stun. A lot of damage happening there, but Dudley coming to save the day there.
Oh, he's one auto attack away from death, but he does succeed.
Yeah, those slight body blocks from Dudley there, securing his life. Very nice play there. Lalonde really trying to pressure that jungle, on Deathwings. And as we can see right now, a pretty demanding early game lead from Team Eggs right now.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of that is coming from the top lane as well. Tinder Verm is a well-known lane to be extremely hard to deal with. The amount of poke and pressure that they can provide is pretty much unmatched.
Yeah, pretty much the only way to deal with it is with all-in, and right now, they're running two characters not really with an all-in. And Lalonde, once again, countering Deathwings in the jungle here, really keeping him away. Lalonde suffering a little bit here in money, but at the same time, causing Deathwings to suffer more.
Ace is a difficult hero to deal with one-on-one early on in the game. His Q actually deals a lot of damage, and he's hard to run from if you know, he just sneaks up on you without using his W.
Poke doing a pretty good job down bot lane right now. He is winning the lane pretty significantly. Every lane right now doing really well for Team Eggs. KYPS going to have to use their rotations to their advantage yet again, and I would almost say pull Deathwings out of the jungle here.
Yeah, this back to the bot lane. Rook Moxie has been a well-known matchup. For
Oh, and engage on the top lane. Hooligans gets caught by the Claudessa Q. And the I ult coming out to finish him off. Very nice awareness by Wuju to pull that out. I didn't even know he hit 6 actually.
Yeah, it's definitely the benefit of having, you know, being in a solo lane.
Yeah, Deathwings was there to gank, but you know didn't even manage to get an assist, but was up there just in case.
And that was the exact reason why I, you know, was picked. We saw Lalonde last game basically do the same thing to KYPS, and now they're turning it around and doing it to them.
Again, Lalonde up top lane, pretty much following Deathwings at this point and shadowing him throughout the game.
Yeah, check out that little tops too from Lalonde. Great, doing a good job of synchronizing his colors as well.
Yeah, once again, as we were saying, he's following Deathwings, just beating him up in the jungle, forcing him to go to base or heal up out of combat.
Being a typical bully. Oh, we see an ult coming out from Tinder top lane and racing down the Claudessa as she tries to make an engagement.
Yeah, that plant is one formidable foe.
Yeah, it basically affects. It turns Tinder into, you know, one character into two.
Oh, down bot lane, Pokey and Moxie. Dancer must have been going at it there, but Pokey coming out on top.
There was an ult as well to try to help turn that fight, but we didn't actually get to see it.
Aya up top lane, looks like she's deciding to roam with Flak. Trying to kill that lane, and Clarissa is mid, but they don't actually manage to kill. Maybe they're actually going to throw Wuju top lane now to support the Flak?
Yeah, it looks like she wanted to kind of roam away. She's not too sure what she wants to do. She could be wrapping around here.
Yeah, the tower is very low for them, so this would be something that she would have to do as soon as possible here. And she is going to run in now onto Tinder, but she gets caught by the pull there, and the heal comes out. Wuju dropping really fast there. Damage from Tinder not to be underestimated at all.
Wow, and they just kind of burst down that tower. Kiwi Kid doing a good job of keeping Hooligan alive, and they might be able to
Cold
turn
Slayer.
this. Oh man, good kill.
Yeah, Cold Slayer trying to gank with Deathwings in mid on Dudley, but Hail being so hard to gank if you don't have targetable stuns in CC, and they do lack that. So as that was happening, they were wasting a bit of time mid trying to deal with him.
Yeah, and I guess I got a little bit of time to go back to talking about this bottom lane matchup between Rook and Moxie. This has been for a really long time. Ooh, actually, Pokey doing a little trickery, missing his ult, but still finishing off Moxie. Great plays there.
Yeah, surprised Ganser did not notice the puff of smoke there. I mean, it's something that's very prevalent, and you know, the way to counter Razor pretty much.
Yeah.
But now he's in a little bit of trouble here. Deathwings is going to catch him there with the W.
Let's see if he can land the stun.
Does land the stun, and he will finish him off there. Very nice. We're going to clean up that kill there after Moxie was dead.
Yeah, great chase by Deathwings and good patience and able to make sure that he waited until the moment where, you know, Pokey couldn't dodge the stun in any way.
So back on that bot lane matchup, as you were saying, every time we seem to talk about it, the matchup begins to fight. So
yeah, you know, it's a historical matchup, and usually Moxie wins early on, but once they hit 6, it's all up to the skill of Rook. And we do see a Windrush mid lane, but yeah, Rook does win the matchup if he's skilled, but Moxie can win it early on. Though Ganser kind of took away his potential at level 1. Normally you want to start your Q burst down the Rook, and then start to zone him out, and then get your mana back with Mystic.
An engage on mid from Lalon and Dudley. Hooligan coming in from behind. Dudley positioning for his ult there. He actually does not use it. It's not up, actually. I think he was trying to maybe scare them. But the ult from Hooligan is going to clean it up, and Dudley dashes the safety, getting a triple kill. Deathwing's jumping in with no mana.
Yeah, thanks.
Scare tactics.
Thanks to his Dudley's early purchase of an Elder Stone, he actually had enough mana there to cast 3 Qs during that entire team fight.
Yeah, like a lot of people, I mean myself included, Dampening Cloak is a much better item for tanks, but when you actually need the mana to cast spells, Elder Stone is really the way to go. It gives you such a large mana pool for being a very cost-effective item.
Yeah, Dudley and I actually had a small discussion earlier on this week while I was streaming, saying that he specifically does go Elder Stone so he has enough mana to cast Qs during extended team fights like that, and it certainly paid off.
Yeah, I mean the item giving you a lot of health and even resistance if you go that way, which he did. It's very useful for the tanks that need mana like that, specifically Hail. Probably Bow as well, actually.
Ooh, Dudley going in. Does have his ult. Great ult.
I ulted just a little bit too late there as Alon gets the execute off, and they're just going to disengage the fight with really good communication there. No one overstaying. Rook ult coming in to hit Claudessa there, the full 3.5 seconds, but not enough damage to fall up there and get the kill.
Kiwi could even able to shift through the minions to follow up with the Tinder stun too. Great wave clear here to keep it off the tower. Ooh,
yeah, but now we see 3 holding 4 mid, and both bot and top farming freely for Team Eggs here. And I mean, the gold right now can reflect that.
Yep.
Top lane actually winning pretty hard. We can see that Tinder and Vermilion are really far ahead of the rest of the game.
Help me out here.
I mean, right now, if we take a quick look at the graph as well, it's over a 10,000 gold lead right now, and that's for an early game deficit. About 2 generators worth of about a generator and a half worth of money right now. So KYPS is really gonna have to pull it together in order to defend against this lead.
Oh, and Kiwi Dude coming in, getting a nice pick off on Wuju. Dudley coming in, making a nice burst damage. The combination of Power Boots and Everwinter Charm, Dudley is definitely a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, I picked up that Everwinter Charm instead of a Mystic Dagger probably for the more early game team fight, which is what they've been doing. They've been grouping a lot better than KYPS right now, and it's been showing as they chase and win these fights. Even without Rook present, Rook is just content sitting bot lane while they actually fight 4v5.
Yeah, it also helps that he's rocking that wonderful new Hail gear set too. It's definitely been one of the favorites since...
Oh, Dudley getting picked off here. However, he ults himself. The safety just about, but he does walk into that Claudessa Q and dies. But meanwhile, Boldir goes to Team Egg, so not too bad of a trade. Lalon catching Moxie out now. Ooh, ults a little bit preemptively there, but he's still going for the kill, and Deathwings misses his stun, so that should net him to safety.
A great pick by Lalonde. And at first glance, it looked kind of like a wasted ult by Hail, but I believe Dudley's main purpose there was just to zone. We actually see Pokey going in on Wuju bot lane, landing a point-blank stun and then able to finish him off. And KYPS now on the run after sieging mid tower.
Yeah, right now Pokey just pretty much dominating the bot lane and being able to split push it while the other rest of his team is just winning 4v5. So if they can't manage to win 4v5, their hopes right now are pretty shot, because they're going to have constant pressure in their bot lane here.
And if we would look at the kills, assists, and death screen, we can actually see... man.
Yeah, Cold Slayer going in there to help a little, or like try to do some damage, but we see right now Rook with over 200 power just bursting him down with Lalon also at about 200 power.
Yeah, and I believe Pokey's starting to snowball pretty hard. He's actually at 670 GPM and what looks to be a wound splitter building too.
Yeah,
So
right now
finishes that.
we see KYPS didn't really build any early tank items, so and they're not ahead, so they're taking a lot of damage here in these fights and dying really fast. Hooligan going down in mid there from that
Basically
burst.
sacrificing himself to save Lalonde, using every bit of his Frost Prism to slow down Ganser.
Well, Kiwi dropping the plant, trying to do some damage there, but no one else is there to help.
Plant just turning into a nice little decoration there in mid lane.
Deathwing's on the run here from Lalonde and Kiwi. Dudley, however, coming from behind to scoop up the kill.
And it looks like Dudley's next item on the list is going to be a Stone Skin. Ooh, we see Pokey doing another 1v1 bot lane. Aya ulting to try to help Claudessa, but it actually misses Pokey and Claudessa, so Ouija just kind of a little bit off of his game right now.
I'm gonna mail him some glasses.
Yeah.
He did land that snipe up top lane though, so
Yep.
perhaps he's better at killing people with it rather than saving fights.
The game certainly isn't over just yet either. KYPS is kind of in a hole, but they do have all tier 2 towers up. They actually haven't taken a tower themselves yet, so there's a lot of gold on the map for them to take should they find a way to take an advantage team fight.
I feel like the main problem right now is that their tanks aren't tanky enough to deal with any of the damage, and they didn't get tanky early in, but now they're going to go contest Bull-Deer here, but it's already dead. And as we see in Obliteration, everyone kind of dies just about instantly from KYPS there, touching more upon that no tankiness of their team.
Yeah, and Dudley really utilizing that extra mana from the Elder Stone, finishing everybody off with his Qs.
And now the Dark Wave pressuring all lanes, and there are two being pushed at once. Pokey is going to take that bot tower probably while this is all happening in mid as well. But I will not be surprised if they do rotate top for that tower. It looks like they're actually going to go for Sindara as well. Another option that is sitting on the table for them.
Yep. You know, with that Dark Wave pushing itself top lane, they know that this is pretty much a free Sindara. They're going to have to send at least one top lane, which means if they were contested at Sindara, they'd be free to... They'd easily take a 5v4.
Yeah, even then, KYPS is so on the defensive right now that they're really unable to fight them straight up like that, so they're pretty much going to have to wait for some sort of pick in order to defend from this monkey right now. It's going to be very hard for them to come back right now, I feel. It's pretty much going to take a miracle at this point. As much as I'd hate to say things like that, it's quite a demanding lead right now that Team Eggs has amounted. I mean, it's almost floating at 25,000 gold before generators.
And we see KYPS kind of waiting for the fight to come to them while they have one split pushing bot lane.
Yeah, I think if they manage to pick Hooligan, Kiwi, or Pokey and just reset the fight all alive, they'll have a chance here.
Yeah, I think the big thing here is making a pick without losing a member too, because if they allow Dudley to start queuing around the team fight, he's going to be able to snowball off of one kill.
Yeah, also, Deathwing's pretty low on mana here. He was just jungling. Oh, Dudley going hard in immediately onto Wuju. Wuju's going to go down to the Rook ultimate, and then Coldslayer taking a lot of damage from the carries there. Lalonde finishing up on Moxie. Solarium Hide trying to damage Dudley, but look, he's just way too behind to do anything. And it should be the actual end of the game here.
Yeah, Hooligan trying to finish off Flack there, but gets a taste of the crux.
Yeah, but that is the end of the game. Just such a slaughter in the early game for Team Eggs, and they were able to use it to their advantage and push mid game and end it in the mid game with their, the Rook already having a wound splitter, being very fed at that point.
Yeah, and Lalonde doing a great job of bullying Deathwings off, kind of throwing off the whole vibe that KYPS has been running this entire tournament. Also, I feel like another